Hey, Space Pirates. Today I'm again finding the time to talk you through my latest IGL game, which is IGL 5 in the second mission. So it's Annihilation. It's Nomads Vanilla versus US Ariadna Ranger Force. We were allowed to change our lists according to our mission and opponent, so I have a list tailored to the USARF. I was expecting a lot of bikes. I was expecting the Unknown Ranger with a MSV1 and Mimetism and strong shooting. And I was expecting at least an Harris of blackjacks, so, and a lot of different stuff as well, but that was the main objects I was focusing on, and I tried to tailor the list for that. I also looked at the map and think there is a lot of verticality in the map. This is why I was interested into climbing plus in this mission. So I decided to go for a little bit different, to adapt to the bikes, which are pretty fast and they can zoom across the board. There's at least a authorized bounty hunter for free in this mission. I decided to be aero heavy and be able to give them a hard time with that. So this is the game after deployment. I did win the lieutenant role and decided to go first. My opponent decided to deploy second on the blue side, so I had to go first on the red side. My holdback was the Vostok, which was planned for me to be the main attack piece, because it has climbing plus. It has mimetism -6, which should be difficult to handle for my opponent. I have jazz in this list, so I can either white noise anybody who can do trouble to the Vostok. Otherwise, I will be able to outshoot them due to the mimetism. I can have climbing plus, so get on top of the buildings. I should be possible to get into the range band from the MK12 on this map, and so therefore my opportunities, especially against the blackjacks, are outstanding here. So I did hold back that unit in case I need to strike first with it. So what else did I deploy? I have, as most of the time, two moderators, one on this side, one on this side. I think the right one is the one I picked for my lieutenant. It's moderator 2, yeah, this one, because it's fairly ducked into cover. It's protected by the digger. It's protected by the puppet master, who can maybe move out and still place another mine there if I want to activate the puppets and don't have a need for the second movement skill. The puppet master places a mine over there, so this is pretty defended here. The Zayut, which is important for the Vostok and my puppet bots, in group 2 is on this roof, which is difficult to reach. I have the biker here in the center. He can look down here in a good range band and has the opportunity to either move over there or over there with his speed without being seen too much. I deployed him with cover and he got grenades, which is a nice thing on this map. Because there are a lot of buildings, I was afraid my opponent might deploy some units on top of the building, and grenades are good to get them from there. This is why I also have the digger here, He has grenades, and that's for me that's better than the other Diablo on this mission, because I want him to maybe throw grenades on top of a roof or something. I have Jazz here, pretty safe in the back. She probably doesn't have to do a lot of hacking. Maybe for white noise I will need her, and she can jump on this container and up here and maybe place some pictures if needed. Okay, so my opponent can have Van Zan, which I don't know yet if he has spare points in his list, so I need to be able to face somebody in my deployment zone. And Billy can have a look down here and see a lot of things, and also have a look down here and see a lot of things. And since he's tiny and prone, it's very hard to actually see her. So she's pretty safe there and still covers a lot of my backline. I have the Moonstrucker over here, because my Vostok was considered to maybe go here, because this way she can easily fail Guts into cover. She would then cover a short lane over here and cover a short lane over there, and probably always be in good range. The other flank is saved by the Beast Hunter, which has a mine over there. So both flanks are protected with mines. A little bit advanced, since I'm going first, the Morans to cover these center lines on the right and left flank, and Crazy Koalas to protect their back. This time I only have the Puppet Bot with the AP Marksman Rifle, because I don't need a specialist. And I will probably more likely be shooting with them, so I thought I can just remove this one. He's placed there, so he can have a look over here on this roof and maybe this roof, and probably always be in good range when he's being shot, so pretty safe there. I have Armand with MSV1, which should be hard to deal with, because he has Mimetism -6. My opponent only has the Unknown Ranger, who has an MSV. And with the MSV1, I can remove the MSV from, or the Mimetism from the bikers. So he's placed very offensively, looking down that lane and also looking down that lane. But that's all long range, so I'm feeling pretty safe here. He's always claiming cover. So he's meant to take one shot and then fail Guts and go prone. I don't have a doctor, so I hope he will still survive and still keep the points and still being extremely annoying. Additionally, I have the reaction bot, nothing better against something that's throwing smoke, because you don't want to have a face-to-face against a TR bot. He's looking down lanes that are in good range for him as well. So over here, here, and over there, you have to go very far, and then again you have to face Armand first. So I think this is a quite decent deployment. I'm totally happy with that, and I think it turned out to be very well. I have the Zond bot nearby the reaction bot. He can easily just walk up the ladder and revive him if he goes down. The Moonstrucker is a perfect unit for this mission in my mind. He's irregular, I'm fine with that. He can throw drop beers, which even protect me. And I have the Vostok and the reaction zone, which all need to be repaired, maybe. I decided to not spend a command token to hold back 2 units, because since the Moonstrucker is only whip 13, I assume I will have to repair the reaction zone and the Vostok, and some of them will fail. I also might want to spend some coordinated orders to drop some more crazy koalas or stuff. So I decided I might need all the command tokens during the game, and I didn't felt I need to surprise my opponent with more than one attack vector. The Vostok is already flexible enough. If my opponent places something obvious and I can shoot him long range, that's fine, but otherwise I can place him and just move by whatever is threatening me. Oh yes, and I also have this Heckler with the Red Fury, because I had one SWC spare point, and he's just nice. I expected him to maybe move forward and with his camo, and so I have 3 or 4 attack pieces. I have the Puppet Bot, I have the Vostok, I have the Motorized Bounty Hunter with Red Fury, and I have the Heckler with Red Fury. So there's a lot I can deal with. My opponent deployed a Core Link with Wild Bill, Rossi, the Unknown Ranger, and a Grunt. So it's a Core Link with a bonus, but only 4 members. So nothing really surprising here. We have a lot of camo tokens. I think he deployed these 2 last, so it will be a Frontiersman. And a bunch of the others we can read something as well. I think these 2 have to be Frontiersmen as well, because they are both prone. This is something else. How are they called? A Foxtrot. I think they can only place Foxtrots as well. This will be a individual model. These 2 are obviously together, and I think these 2 are together as well, because they are in coherency. Let's turn on the grid to see that better. Okay. He places his bounty hunter in the center, which is reasonable. He can have a range over there and still zoom out pretty fast. We have a Harris of 2 blackjacks, one with the T2 sniper and one with the AP HMG on the left flank, the paramedic or FTO doctor in the back, which is good because he can help them out. Especially the sniper is looking down here, a long line, and will be tough to deal with. The HMG on the bottom to being ready to move forward and trying to shoot something. It's a decent choice. We have 2 Desperados. Yes. Assuming this will be his lieutenant, it will probably be a Foxtrot as well. There's nothing else prone nearby, so probably a camo token with a lieutenant is a good choice in this mission. The only thing I really question in this setup is the deployment of the Desperados. I think from my tasting they're too obvious. I could easily shoot this one with the Armand without being in danger, just moving over there. Long range, or the only thing they can do is smoke dodge. And this one can be seen from over here. So what I would have done probably is putting this Desperado over there. This would have definitely been my choice, because this way he's in cover, he can't really be seen, and still he can protect this area down here. Think this would have been a lot better. Maybe even put him further back if I want to shoot him from here, but this is questionable if you want to give the opponent the opportunity to at least try to shoot from here, because they are still decent in dodging. This Desperado, probably still too open. Not sure if he can fit over here. Nah, not really either. Still be seen from the center. I would have done something different and placed the Bounty Hunter probably here and the Despo over there. This way he can zoom out and not really be seen and throw smoke, or just stay there and still throw smoke over there. And the Bounty Hunter, I don't actually know where to exactly put him. Maybe even something like this. Oh, I like this. Especially because you won't be able to see him over here, only over here. And from here it's not really possible to see him long range, but he can still have a look over here, which is in good range. He's in cover and he has mimetism. I think this is a perfect spot for him. And then maybe put the grunt over here. Should be within 8 inches of everything else. I think I personally would have liked that better, for example. Maybe even put the Despo over here to cover short range, and if something gets near the unknown ranger, they can just throw smoke over there and protect everybody. I think these two spots were too open. Okay, so that was the deployment. I think it's both reasonable, both nice. And let's see how that turns out in the game. Okay, so this is the state of the play after my first round. I decided to go first with the Bounty Hunter and try to grab the Despos. My main goal is to go for the beefy enemy units, which what I decided to see is are the Blackjacks. There are 2 targets close nearby, and if I can take them out, I can, on one hand, destroy a threat to me and score a lot of points because they're worth a lot. So my bike was moving over there first and shooting on the Desperado, which again was too obvious. And he did a smoke dodge and succeeded on a 16. Ha, unlucky. Okay, I then moved back over here, and from here I was able to see the second Desperado. And he succeeded on a smoke dodge as well. That was unlucky for me. They don't worth a lot of points, but they are still a model and they are still a threat, and they still provide flexibility on the field. So killing either one of them or 2 of them was a good first try, I think, for me. And if it would have succeeded, would have had an impact on the game. In the end, I think it was okay that it didn't work out, because if we look at the numbers, it's only 50% chance that I kill the Desperado with 1 volley. On the other hand, my opponent has a 30% chance to get the smoke down. Still, with 2 of them, 1 should have succeeded, but that's still not guaranteed, as we see. totally fine. So it was an average result that I didn't succeed on either one. I then tried to go for the blackjack with the idea to get him in a bad range band. To be honest, I forgot about all the camo tokens, which is on one hand side it's good because I try to get some risks. On the other hand, I didn't succeed with the main goal of the bounty hunter because he was driving over there, trying to avoid to be seen by the blackjack so far, wanted to get over here something. Got seen by Rosalie, by this foxtrot and a hard case over there, which all opened fire to me, and I decided to shoot Rosie 3 times. That's okay. We can have a look at the results over here. Still not great for me, so I got a little bit lucky that I killed her, which was important for me. It's a lot of points, and it's denying my opponent a regular order and opportunities, and I'm not sacrificing a lot. Nevertheless, it's only 40% versus 21% chance, so I got a little bit lucky with that. I didn't kill the fox. No, the foxtrot just templated me. I accepted that, and I did also shoot 1 shot into the hard case, which is barely out of 8 inches. So he missed me. I hit him. So with this move, I revealed 2 camos, killed 2 units. My motorized bounty hunter got killed as well, which is a okay outcome for me. That's fine. I'm totally happy with that. I think this trade was worth it. I then decided to use the Vostok, which started over here, did move up here, climbed up, got to that point, and opened fire on the T2 blackjack. The blackjack did hit me once in the first try, so I fortunately survived the T2 rifle. Oh, he did crit me, yes. I survived the regular T2 hit, which was lucky for me, and I only failed the second one, which is just a regular wound, so the Vostok only took 1 wound. Okay, if we have a look at these numbers, this critical hit was really lucky for my opponent. Only 8% chance of getting that, by 55% chance for me to succeeding and at least causing 1 wound. It wasn't really likely to totally kill him, but that shows how much power the Vostok has here in this shootout. And this is why I took the Vostok, and I wanted to take the shootout with her. So I only I tried it a second time again because it's only 10% or low chance for me to get a wound and high chance for me to succeed. So I retried that again. Second time I hit him with a regular 1 wound. He fails guts, falling back. Sad, because now it will be more difficult to get him. And since I'm nearly out of orders, I retreat, go over there and go in suppression fire, hoping for the best to survive here at least, taking that flank. In group 2, I move the Munstrucker to throw a drop beer to protect my Vostok a little bit. I also use Jazz to climb up and trying to shoot a pitcher. I think 1 over there and 1 over there. And then going back again. 1 order was spent on the Zayut to get the Vostok. And this Beast Hunter is doing something for my protection as well. So that was my first turn. Didn't work out too well. I traded up a little bit, caused a first wound. So it's okay there. Okay, in the first turn of my opponent, he moves out the Desperados. No, this one doesn't move out because Armand would see him and therefore he is locked down. The other Desperado moves out from here since he's not visible by Armand from that spot. So he can move out here, get smoke down there, and in the end retreats back there. And then he moves out his core, or his Harris, which it is now. He moves the Unknown Ranger down here, tries to shoot the Vostok through smoke. But the Vostok succeeds with her dodge and dodges out of line of sight. He then moves up the ladder, or he tries to shoot the Armand twice as well. But Armand is always dodging because I don't want to improve his shooting, which I actually wouldn't have done. I thought I would help him to shoot me by kicking in 6 cents, but since he's only a 3-man link, there wouldn't have been 6 cents. Nevertheless, I decided to just dodge to simply survive. Maybe that was a play error. Tell me if you see that. Tell me in the comments of the video if Unknown Rangers shooting through smoke within the blizzard against Armand, both in good range, both with MSV 1, so both suffering from the -6 of shooting through smoke. Is it better to shoot or to dodge on Armand perspective? Dodging on a 12 helps to survive and still being annoying. I think shooting would be in below 12, but shooting I would have shot even still better than the Unknown Ranger and had the opportunity to damage him. Not sure. He then, in the end, moved up here and shot the reaction zone. I got him out of cover once and caused him a wound because we were both good range, and then it's just a high burst and this can happen. He then, with a second volley, shot the reaction zone, but she just got 1 wound and dropped prone and is not visible anymore. And he then moved forward and tried to shoot Armand again. At least there I did the mistake with in the final order still dodging instead of shooting. I should have shot there at least, but I think I rolled so high that everything failed and he took 2 wounds and got unconscious. That was sad, but happened. In the end, he wasn't able to retreat anymore. I think he lost coherency with his link. So link is broken and he's exposed in the open. So that's what he succeeded. A little bit exposed here. Desperado did move back. But the Unknown Ranger is still somewhere hidden on that roof. So, yeah, let's see. I got lucky with the Vostok here, that she survived. So, that's fine for me as well. So let's see how the final turn, the next turn turned out. Okay, one additional thing. my opponent did in the first turn was moving up the what was it? The hard case up here, trying to go for the Moran and the reaction bot before he killed the reaction bot with the unknown ranger. He did move up here. I think he did a second move, and Armand discovered him. And from here, he also moved, made the Crazy Koala and mine here explode, running for a suicide run. And then decided to shoot the Moran and the reaction bot. I think he declared the move first. Armand declared a shoot. The reaction bot declared a dodge as well, because it was barely, or it was probably within 8 inches. So he could place the template, and I didn't want it to have that. So he declared a dodge, and I hoped for the mines to kill him. And I just wanted to survive. There are 2 mines and an Armand. He shouldn't survive that. So I declared a dodge with the reaction bot, and I declared a dodge with the Moran. And they both succeeded. I think he lost the face-to-face against the Moran and whiffed one of them, and just died to everything else. My opponent was struggling and thinking maybe he should have just shot both shots into the Moran. I'm not sure if the outcome would have been really better. The chances to kill the Moran would have been better, sure. It's still only +3 because I have mimetism. What's his BS? So it's 11, so it's on a 14. The Moran is dodging on an 11, so can still work, or at least contest one of the shots. I think the chances to really kill him are not great. And maybe shooting both is even better, because the chances to kill either one are good. The chances are high that either one will fail and the other one will succeed. So I think this is okay. Still not a reliable way to get the Moran out of the way. And I'm not sure if the Moran is a real threat here. He has a repeater and can put spotlight on the unknown ranger. But what else can he really achieve? Probably not that much. So I think it was a reasonable decision to split the burst. Okay, during my final turn, I placed white noise down here and tried to shoot the unknown ranger with my puppet bot. Opponent decided to dodge, and I think he has better chances. I think it's roughly the same. My 4 shots, but against mimetism and cover, and he succeeds and failed or runs away from me. So no way to get the unknown ranger again. That would have been great to grab him, but that was my only chance. So I decided to go with the Vostok again, because that was the unknown ranger is one of the beefy targets. It's the unknown ranger, and then I decided to go for the second blackjack. He was placed over there, and different to the T2 rifle, if I get him, he's not able to fail guts. So he's nailed there, and I can shoot him until he's dead. And that's a small problem with the Vostok. If you only have burst 3, it's unlikely that you simply overkill an enemy. It's likely to cause 1 wound. But then they can just fail guts, which is in most cases okay, but not if you want to really kill them. So the first thing, I moved the Moonstrucker to repair the Zondbot, to get it back again. That's fine. I also moved the Moonstrucker up to the Vostok and repaired it. It took me all orders, so there was no way to get the Moonstrucker into cover again. But I have to live with that. But she is back to 2 wounds now. And then moved up here, got over there to shoot the Blackjack in the first place. Think wounded him. He got dropped prone. And then I think it took her 2 or 3 orders more, which can happen with only burst 3, to totally kill the Blackjack. Yes, and I think I also had to shoot him again to make sure he's really dead. He's off the board. Because I didn't want the doctor to be able to revive him. So this took me a lot of orders. But in the end, it's a major points cost that I gained here, and then retreat down here, again in cover, having assisted fire. So I'm simply hoping for the best, and the Unknown Ranger wasn't able to succeed in the first place, so maybe he is not able to succeed this time. Okay, so I didn't take a save game before my last turn, so after my opponent's second turn, so we have to get that from here. And what he was aiming for is the Vostok, because he was in fear of her. I think that might be reasonable. I'm not sure which threat angles she would have. What would happen if he wouldn't kill her? I would still try to go for the Unknown Ranger and the Blackjack. I could go for the Blackjack with the Heckler, since I can pass this gap, and then attack the Blackjack with the Heckler. That would be major for me to kill him. The Unknown Ranger, he's still up there. He's really tough to get up there. My way to deal with him with the Digger, throwing up grenades, which is still bad odds because he's good at dodging. He's on the far other side. But the Vostok, on the other hand, worth a lot of points. So he decided to go for her. He did use the Desperado, move up, trying to throw smoke over there, which failed. He then moved somewhere over there and threw smoke again and succeeded. Then with the second Desperado, moved out, threw smoke over here to clip that area from the reaction bot, and the reaction bot is not looking down there. So he then moved the Desperado over here. We keep in mind we have smoke somewhere over here, and we have smoke somewhere over here. The smoke probably somewhere there. So, and this Desperado goes here and runs into close combat with the Vostok, eats a drop beer. My Heckler is revealing and shooting the Desperado because Vostok and Engineer are dodging, because he has chain rifle, and I don't want to sacrifice both of them too easily. I more likely want to duck the Moonstrucker into cover and maybe survive with the Vostok. This way the Moonstrucker can get the Vostok back. Maybe if I stay in CC, I'm safe from the Unknown Ranger, so I'm trying to keep the Vostok surviving here. The Despo doesn't succeed with the assault pistols. I think I do my armor save. Heckler doesn't succeed with killing the Desperado either. The Dorpbeer doesn't succeed with killing the Desperado either. So he survives, but still not great odds for him. So he then decides to get the Wild Bill up. Wild Bill is moving over there. Moonstrucker did dodge in the meantime, going prone over there. Wild Bill gets shot with the Heckler as well. I think both of them are spotlighted because they moved through the repeater in that process. Vostok is dodging, and I think he has multi-pistol plus 1 burst, so shooting me with 3 times in CC. And he succeeds with that. I did CC him as well. But he still succeeded. I think was CC on not sure who did attack me in CC. But I didn't succeed. I take 2 wounds. I go on unconscious. I think he's still out of range of the Crazy Koala, unfortunately. Yeah, I think he ended up somewhere over there. It was really tiny gap, but he did survive that. He did survive the Heckler shot. Vostok goes unconscious. He then retreats over there and does a coup de grace on her because he wants to get her dead. Heckler fails again to kill Wild Bill. And that's mainly his turn. It took him a lot of orders to move these templates down and move the units down and everything. I think actually it wasn't this one. It was probably more likely this one who moved through here. Yeah, I think that was a smart move. Vostok turned out to be dead. He traded up a lot here. Killing her with the Desperado would have been great. Even with the Wild Bill, he's not that expensive. In the end, they were both here, and my Vostok was dead. Okay, my final turn was not looking too good. I don't see any way to get to the beefy targets, to the Blackjack or to Unknown Ranger. I think I can calculate that I'm still below the 150 points. I still have a lot of points on my board left, so I already see the draw coming. Main purpose is to try to kill as much as possible on the field, to deny him to get anything done on my models. So the main threat comes from the Unknown Ranger from my perspective. And maybe trying to get the Unknown Ranger, because I am not able to get to the Blackjack. Since the Heckler is revealed now, there's no way I can pass this gap. Maybe I could have done that actually. If I would have gone here but that would have been order intense. He wouldn't have been seeing me, and then from here I could have moved maybe 4 inches and not being no, he's prone, not being seen again. That would have been an option, but I decided to use the puppet bot, which was over here. And oh yes, we had the Desperado down here and we had the Wild Bill. They had to go first. I think I moved up here, shot Wild Bill in the first place, then moved over there and shot the Desperado. Just reasonable. Moved down here and killed the Grunt in the shootout. And from here there were not really... I knew these are the hard cases, so they don't worth a lot of points, so no need to really kill them. They only provide irregular orders and he's out of command tokens. So I decided to lock down the Unknown Ranger. Try to move up here and maybe succeed with a dodge over the edge and being able to shoot him. But I'm trying to get him. If I succeed, that would be important. If I succeed, I would have killed more than 150 points. If I don't succeed, I only lose 14 points. So there's a high chance for me to trade up. So I tried to move up there and dodge, and then would have placed a Crazy Koala. This way I would have asked for some difficult questions. Do you want to dodge or do you want to shoot? It didn't turn out well, so I just moved up the edge, moved into, and he declared a dodge, and I did declare a move with the second shot skill into base to base, and I think he failed his dodge. And from here I also placed the Crazy Koala to lock down the Unknown Ranger. Because if I get him locked down, he can't do a lot in his final turn and at least save the draw. I also moved up the Beast Hunter, which is another cheap unit, looking at the Unknown Ranger. So he could shoot him and beat him, but he has a Panzerfaust and Mimetism. Oh no, Mimetism is cancelled. So he can win with that, and he's only 9 points, so do you risk your draw with that? Probably not. And the reaction zone is still looking at the Unknown Ranger. I did move up the Billy, just to have an overwatch. Another cheap unit. What I'm currently doing is just moving out cheap units and popping out Drop Bears, Crazy Koalas to defend myself, to just save my draw here. Yeah. So in the final turn, my opponent still tries a little bit of stuff. Tries to move the Desperado over there. I think he did a good move by, I think, revealing this hard case. And moving somewhere over there, move, to explode the Crazy Koala, because he can still sacrifice this. Totally fine. This way the Unknown Ranger is still safe from the Crazy Koala. Then considers to move somewhere over there to throw smoke and shoot something over here, but I think he got stunned, and this way he decides there's no way he wants to risk something. He could risk the Unknown Ranger, but that's not worth it. He needs roughly 50 points, which is even more than the TR bot and he's not going to make that, especially with the risk of dying. So we end there with a second draw in this league. Since we both get only 4 points, it's only a minor draw, which is sad for me. But it was an interesting and good game. We both played not cagey. I played and made it a little bit cagey. He played very offensive. He played defensive with all his expensive stuff, which is great. It's good in this mission because you don't risk a lot. And he played a lot with his cheap units, and that's great. He took some risks with units that don't worth a lot, and that's what helped him at the end and still kept him above 150 points, which made it to a draw. And this happens in Annihilation if you don't totally succeed. Was it major luck? Not sure. I wasn't lucky with the bikes. I wasn't order efficient with the blackjacks, but that's fine. It was okay luck with the unknown ranger. The unknown ranger succeeded in the end with all what he tried to achieve, which is fine if he's offensive. The outcome with the Vostok was, I think, reasonable. He did run 2 units into CC with me. It was lucky for him that both of them survived, and it maybe would have changed if at least one of them would have died, because then I would have had more orders available with the puppet bot, maybe. And if I would have killed the unknown ranger, that would have been growth. Beside that, I think it was a good game on both sides. No real mistakes. It was just trying to dance with each other, and that was totally fine. So if you have any comments, just let me know. I'm happy to hear about that. And hopefully see you next time.